Hello everyone, today we have this 2006 HP VS17X. Pretty clean little monitor. It's got integrated speakers. Just a basic simple monitor that would come with I'm not sure what HP models, but if you Google it, it did come with compacts, which I got it with this one. So here's the thing. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, which is kind of hard to believe, actually. Time flies. But anyway, I got this compact here with a few other computers, and it came with this monitor. You know, I got a couple monitors, actually. He basically just gave me, the guy I got it from, gave me a pile of old computers. They said, well, these are just junk. He said, I don't want them anymore. He said, some don't work, some do, but he said they're just trash. And so, yeah, I took them apart. A couple of them, the ones that worked were just junk. Seriously, junk. But the compact, it just needed a power supply. But it didn't work. The monitor didn't work. And I don't know for a fact, but if you Google it online, 2006 compact desktop, you will get a picture of this computer, well, you know, this generation of compact, like this styling, with this HP monitor. It's a little weird to have HP with compact, but it's, I mean, you know, it's the same brand. It's just generally when you buy a computer, it has everything listed under the exact title or name. So a little unusual to me. But anyway, put a power supply in that turd, works. I don't know if this is the original or not, probably. But anyway, it was dead. It needed 3 capacitors. So I tore it apart, put 3 capacitors in the turd, and it worked. Fantastic. And not long after using it, because again, the monitor was sitting forever, so I want you to keep in mind, I'm using the speakers, and I think you already know where this is going. Here we go, the originals. I cut them right at the base, the wires. Started getting weird clattery sounds. Like it would, and one of the startup videos I have posted sounds terrible. There's this rattly sound on the startup. I think it's Windows XP. But this horrible rattly sound. You can see very obviously our surround on the speaker is just completely rotted away. You can see our voice coil down in there. This one is actually not split wide open, so, but if you push down, you can actually see the surround is splitting around the edge. It just didn't completely open up yet, like this one that ripped wide open. In fact, the surround is not even intact, period, on this guy. I mean, it's completely ripped all the way around. But anyway, a speaker would bottom out and make this horrible rattling sound. I didn't really know what it was. I was just figured it was the cheap, crappy speakers. But no, the surround had completely disintegrated since it was just sitting forever. With that, we're going to go ahead and start up this compact. This one's not even wired up. But you can see here, I fixed it. Got my 3 replacement capacitors that I stole from a Dell desktop computer that I pitched not long ago. It was my parts computer forever, but you might go, oh, capacitors are dirt cheap. I know that, but I still got to wait for it to come in. And, you know, I don't know. I'm weird like that. I like to reuse things, even if there's no real purpose, considering how cheap capacitors are new. I don't know. I can't bring myself to just throw them away. Because they're still good, you know? And that's the plan. We'll let that boot up. But this is the plan. We're going to take these capacitors off here because they're in good shape. Remove this one I don't know about. Anyway, we're going to take some capacitors and a couple resistors off there and just save them. And you might go, okay, so what's this about? Well. You caught me. You caught me. That's a line import. This thing is a broken monitor. I didn't get to that. The reason I'm taking capacitors out and whatever and throwing this thing away, it doesn't work. I took the thing apart. I mean, you can see, I looked at everything close up. It's perfect. I even went over some of the solder joints on this thing, and it still does not work. You can go back to my other video of it making that weird sound. Something is just fried. I'm going to guess it's the transformer, or whatever that thing's called. You know, the coiled metal. I think it's referred to as a transformer. Or maybe something else has gone faulty. Like, maybe that's a relay. I don't even know what that thing is there. But, or maybe this guy. Honestly, considering how it was acting, I seriously think it's a transformer. Typically, from my experience, not always, but typically whenever the capacitors blow, the item is usually entirely dead. But sometimes it will just do this weird thing where it'll flicker, or there'll just be a little bit of power for a second, and it'll like cut off and try to come back on and try it, and just keep repeating that same thing. Anyway, these, it's done. I'm just saying, it's done. And the monitor really isn't in the best of shape anyway. It's kind of beat up around the edges, I got it for free from the curb. It was broken when I got it. Anyway, these are screws for the speakers. Well, yeah, I took the speakers out of that metal tray because, they aim out the back of the monitor. And that's awesome. I took them out because, again, the speakers were shot that were in this guy. And since this thing is garbage and going in the trash anyway, also I had somebody tell me, they're like, there's no reason to fix it, You can go to Goodwill and buy a monitor for, seriously, $10, $15. And no, I 100% agree with you. I mean, they're cheap. They don't have any value to them. And so there's really no purpose to even fix a widescreen monitor. Same with a full screen. You can go pick these guys up all day. But I had fun fixing it, and that's why I did it. So anyway, the problem is here, which, most people don't even use the original crappy speakers, but I do because this is my little test monitor. I like to, if I get a computer, it's got integrated speakers. All I have to do is have like an aux cord and try it. Now, I did not hook it up to the computer because I wanted to just play some audio directly from my phone here. So, we're going to tune into a little bit of the proper people for a second.
Waves in the railing.
Let me turn up the volume.
It kind of has like a nautical sailing feel to it.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it's stereo.
Lake.
Stereo audio. And it doesn't have that weird, knocky, horrible sound. It's got the speakers stolen from that guy.
This is Litter Robot, the highest rated self-cleaning litter box that removes the chore of scoop.
Anyway. Now, is it tinny? Yes. But does it really sound terrible? No, not at all. It does not sound bad, and it sounds a hell of a lot better than those things. So, this guy here, I don't even remember what I was about to say. But yeah, we fixed that monitor with these speakers. And like I said, it's still tinny. And honestly, I think these sounded just a little bit better. But again, the surrounds are shot, and it's not even worth trying to fix these guys. Everybody knows that. Oh, yeah, I know what I wanted to say. These guys here. So in order to fit the new speakers in, the other ones, the notches sat up higher on it. These pieces that stick off. On top of that, the other ones actually had straight, they were like centered, I believe. It's been a couple days since I did it. But they were not the same alignment, is what I'm getting at. So when trying to put it in, they wouldn't go in because they were literally, I think, straight up and down. And on top of that, they were longer. So I had to take a file and grind all the way down until this was flat. And then I could actually squeeze them onto the posts that these would clip onto, or sit over top rather, with their rubber bushings. I took the original rubber bushings after I squeezed the new ones in there, after I filed in on both ends of both speakers to get them on the posts. And I took the older bushings and put them on top, and wrenched it down. So the screws are nice and tight with those bushings to keep them secured down in place, pinned flat. So yeah, they don't rattle, nothing like that. They sound good. There's nothing else more to ask for. So we're going to pitch these garbage speakers and take some components off this board to fix other trash that I get in the future. And yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the display is still good, and it's a Samsung display. But once again, to the people that are going to go, oh, you could have gotten whatever new chipboard, or you could have ordered one on eBay. I don't honestly know. I highly doubt it. But it's not worth it. I'm sure even if somebody was selling that, it'd be like 10, 15, maybe even $20. Generally, when it comes to even fixing like an old TV, if it has a fried board, I mean, you're pretty much done. I'm not saying you, I mean, every now and then you can find a board somewhere. You know, if you can get your hands on that particular model TV, maybe with a busted screen, and then you have, of course, yours with a fried board, or maybe it's stuck in a boot loop. I mean, you're seriously, not to be mean, but you're pretty much done for when that happens. So this case here, I mean, we got kind of a similar situation. Like I said, it just would flash on and off or whatever, and it couldn't actually work. I think a transformer's fried, but again, something is obviously messed up. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's like a $10 monitor from Goodwill. This one here, again, well, this one, I don't have a computer that even matches it. So it's not even like, oh, well, at least I have the model. No. This one, I actually have the model that matches it. But see, this right here is literally just like a Goodwill monitor. I don't know, maybe 10, 15 bucks is what it was. But I've had it for years. It's just your standard little Acer monitor. I think everybody knows about these from maybe school. At least our school had them. They are fine. They really don't have a big problem. Also, one thing I do know, it's got the same display thing there. The TCO03 or whatever it's called. It's supposed to be like a higher quality display or something. I don't know. This one has it too, I believe. Yeah, it does. At the bottom, there's a sticker. And then this one, I believe, had it as well. But anyway, I fixed the speakers and I got a working monitor. And I just had the fun with it. I'm not discouraging anybody. Go out, have fun, pick up free trash from the curb. Just have fun with it. It's just something you can experiment a little bit with. You know, it doesn't mean you're going to fix it, but you can have that fun and that experience working on it. Sometimes it's just kind of cool to have that experiment. So anyway, I enjoyed this project. Second time tearing into that thing. And right now we're going to get those capacitors taken off, whatnot, and we're going to pitch this monitor finally. Can't keep everything. I mean, I got a mountain of monitors, so I really didn't even need to fix that one, but I just felt like it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.